Hey, thanks for joining me today. You're listening to The Sit Down with Roman Gray. The recipe for happiness. My answer to this question keeps evolving with time. The recipe for happiness, it's almost like the philosopher's stone, right? It's like this list we keep digging for and hoping we find, or at the very least, stumble upon it. If we could only find these special items, we could manage to somehow turn seemingly anything into something special and meaningful and precious. I've been searching for it for a long time now, and I keep coming up short-handed or just with answers that make no sense. I find myself frustrated because I feel like I've slowly realized that I've been on a chase with no end. I've been after nothing more than an idea with infinite different endings. And then I find myself in a daze of confusion, heartache, and then fear. What if happiness isn't really what I'm after? What if it's something else that I can't quite place? I find myself reflecting on happiness and how it's nothing more than an emotion. Happiness is an emotion rather than a state of being, right? Emotions are fleeting. They come and they go, which makes me wonder, then since happiness is an emotion and I find that it comes and goes, then what is it I'm after? If happiness is here today but not tomorrow, then I'm chasing something I'll never be able to catch and hold on to for the rest of my life. It's like I need to accept that just how like fear, motivation, and sadness comes and goes, so will my happiness. And if not happiness, if that's not what I'm really seeking, then what recipe for what result am I searching for? What have I been ignoring or been blinded by? It feels like I've been stumbling around in a dark room and I'm scared to see the light. So I know if happiness isn't it, then what? The feelings I feel are nothing more than the product of my brain attaching meaning to certain emotions that were led by certain sensations or experiences I've had. I went from trying to find a sense of happiness from material things to trying to find happiness and peace of mind in people, which then came to and has now sort of plateaued at me tossing and turning in my own turmoil and inner struggle, because I am now in this space of finding satisfaction and purpose within my own self and not attaching it to anyone, any place, or anything. It's like, can I piece myself back together again? Can I wake up and promise to save myself once again? How many times do I have to break to feel like I'm finally whole? How many more agains do I have to suffer through? I don't want to feel happy or just be happy. No, I want to feel fulfilled. I want to be self-aware. I want peace of mind. I want to understand. I found that the recipe for happiness is actually the stairway to self-love and self-acceptance, life experiences, and an abundance of knowledge. Because anything real and worthwhile when it comes to our personal lives or goals or even legacy should not be contingent on anyone or anything. So, in my search for happiness, or in my search of the recipe for happiness, I discovered I was after something much bigger. And I guess now I'm left with only one more question. What's your recipe for happiness?